Hello, my name is DJ Miles. I make anime manga content, but for people who are surfacing my channel for the first time because of this video, hello, welcome. This is my hair transplant surgery procedure, post and after, what to expect, how did we get here? I'm sure many of you have many questions, but more importantly, I did this for myself to document because I think it's going to be very fun to look at what did my hair look like before and what it's going to look like in the year mark, which I'm super excited to share about. If you guys stumbled upon my channel, I made a video titled I Need Surgery, and that was where I basically described over the past 5 to 6, 7 years, I was losing some hair. The hairline was receding from the temples and a little bit in the crown area. Just like many people who, I have no problem saying it, was self-conscious about it, I wanted to figure out, well, what the hell am I gonna do? You know, I was researching and wow, what a surprise. It costs a lot of money. What else did I stumble into while researching for hair transplant surgeries in America? Well, one of the things that was recommended is that you should probably get it done internationally because the cost to get the procedure is much, much cheaper. Now, there's a good part of me, and I'm sure many of you as well probably think, well, if it's much cheaper, it's probably like that for a particular reason. It might not be that good. But when I did a lot of researching for hair transplants specifically, I stumbled upon Turkey that not only do they make it convenient, you can get the procedure done and be on an airplane within 24 to 48 hours, which is, well, what I did. And the most convenient part on top of that, the place I ended up booking, MedArt Clinic, they offered someone to pick me up from the airport, your hotel taken care of, and you can choose if you want a 4-star or 5-star, and the cost of the procedure itself all included in one bundle. I spent about $3,300 for the procedure, and again, that included someone who was picking me up from the airport, someone who dropped me off from the airport, the cost of the hotel included. And I think the cost to fly from Florida, that's where I'm from, to Istanbul was about $2,000. So go ahead and do the math there, and you know, if you add food and all that stuff. So I spent about like $5,500, maybe $5,700 if you include other miscellaneous stuff. Now to the meat and potatoes. So as you can see, this is what it looks like about almost 5 weeks. We'll go ahead and backtrack, and maybe as I'm talking, you'll see what the day 7, the day 14, day 21 results ended up looking like. But for everyone curious to know how many grafts of hair they transplanted for the front and side areas, I believe for me, it was about 2,000 to 2,200. And then they did another 800 to 1,000 on the crown area. If you look at this picture right here, this was the day following the procedure. So you can tell the area was very red. Of course, there's going to be a lot of red spots because, well, they just injected my head with a lot of anesthetics. And, you know, they obviously pierce into the skin. I would say the procedure maybe lasted about like 5 to 7 hours. It's basically going to be an all-day thing. So, you know, make sure you have a good breakfast, you're hydrated, all that stuff. And did the procedure hurt? Not really. I will say, admittedly, when they apply the local anesthetics and injections, yeah, that definitely hurt. For my anime manga viewers out there, you know, that like delayed punch Yuji has from Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, it's one of those. Like, you'll feel the injection and I'm like, oh, this was bad, only for like half a second, 2 seconds later, it really convulses into your body and you're like, yep, this is some excruciating pain, and maybe excruciating is sounding a bit hyperbolic, but I will say for someone who seemingly thought I had a good pain tolerance, I would say maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably going to be a 7. So take with that information as you will. Should that be the reason why you don't get a hair transplant surgery if you want one? Hell no, because what's that expression? Pain is beauty, baby. And for what maybe lasted 2 minutes after they inject the needle, everything, you know, your head is super numb. You don't really feel it from there on after. Now, as I mentioned before, I went to MedArt Clinic, and Rose was the woman I ended up speaking to through WhatsApp when I was setting up this initial consultation and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a clip of her explaining what she does along with the doctor, Dr. Azek, who performed the procedure on me. Rose, hello.
Hello. I'm actually a case manager working for MedArt. It's been over 3 years. We have like 2-3 patients a day. We focus on our patients individually and give all required attention they need.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Hi.
Hello, what's your name?
I'm Dr. Azek. I'm a hair transplant surgeon.
And you just did my hair?
Yeah, it's a long journey, a small price to pay.
Yeah.
But after that, you will get your new hairs.
Awesome. Can you just tell me and tell the audience Like, what should I expect the first few days?
First few days, there will be some swelling, of course, but pain will decrease very quickly. Maybe first night, you may have some pain, but after that, it will be very, very tolerable. No worries. And you should get adjusted washing routine. You have to do that for next 10 days.
Yeah.
We, of course, educate our patients about that. Other than that, you have to be careful about the sleeping position, of course. We don't want to touch anything anywhere. You should try to stay indoor as much as possible, and you shouldn't sweat.
Try not to sweat.
Yeah, so. I mean, you're working out, that's bad news for you.
Yeah, yeah.
After a month, you will make it up.
Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
Thank you, Rose, and thank you, Dr. Ezek, for letting me interview you guys and explain what you guys do. And as you can tell what Dr. Ezek said, yeah, what are the following things that happen after the procedure? You have to sleep in a 45-degree angle because you can't really have the newly transplanted hairs potentially be lost if you're rummaging around in your bed. And yeah, the sleeping part sucks. As Dr. Ezek also mentioned, you can't work out for like the first month. And I know there's a lot of videos out there saying maybe you can work out within like 2.5 weeks or maybe on day 20. Look, for me, working out is a never-ending journey. And yeah, I'm not too crazy about having missed out from lifting for maybe 30 days, but this is something I didn't want to mess up on. So as someone who is a workout aficionado, I'm okay taking a few weeks off. That might be easier said than done for the gym enthusiasts out there. So take with that as you will. And of course, how did I forget to mention this earlier? When you get the procedure done, the following 3 to 4 days, your head is going to be swollen. So when I got on a plane back to America, they gave me this headband on just to compress the area. All the local anesthetics that they applied into your head, it just eventually gonna have to like come out. So it might ooze a bit, but I never really had that. I had the bandages on my head in the first 24 hours. And I think most of that stuff that was supposed to come out did come out. I've heard for several people that like oozing can last for maybe up to like 2 to 3 days. You will get a special foam and shampoo. I know I did anyway, that you have to gently tap on the area and leave in your head for about 20 minutes and then slowly wash your head with warm water. And you do that for about 10 to 12 days. And then from there, you know, they'll give you a special shampoo. And with that special shampoo, you wash your hair for a solid month. And then from there, it can be every other day. When it comes to taking medication, I know there's like finasteride and minoxidil and all that stuff. I think that stuff I have to take later. The minoxidil for sure. I know finasteride is something that's very kind of wishy-washy for what it does to men and, you know, what it does down there. Thankfully for me, and this is what they told me, so I cannot promise that for each and every one of you, I don't have to take finasteride, luckily, because I'm 35. Every person is different. Maybe it's the hair type, maybe it's age, you know, whatever. I just know I personally don't have to take it, and I am totally content with that. I am now transitioning into the ugly duckling phase. And what does that mean is that, well, now the newly transplanted hairs, they're all going to come out. As you can see here, it doesn't look as even and not grown as like the rest of my normal healthy hair, but that's okay because a lot of the newly transplanted hairs is going to become dormant. They're basically like in their cocoon metapod stage, and then I'll turn into a beautiful butterfree in the months to come. But this is the part where I think a lot of people again might get self-conscious. Yeah, it's gonna look a bit off, but you know, that's part of the process. I'm probably gonna document another series within the 4 to 6 month stage. And yeah, I'm really excited to document the series for each and every one of you. If you guys have questions or if there's anything I missed, write them down in the comments down below, and we'll be back with a part 2. Take care, guys.